Hello children, so today we are going to start the first chapter of NCERT of class 6, which is food and where does it come from. In this chapter we are going to read about some various topics such as food varieties. In this topic we are going to read about the different ingredients that we require for preparation of different kinds of food. Then we are going to read about food materials and we are going to know about their sources. We will know about different plant parts, animal products which are used as food. We will know the different edible parts of the plant, and we will also know about the source, that is how the nectar, that is the sweet juice, is produced and from where we just get it, and how this nectar is get converted into honey. Next we are also going to read about that how do sprouts germinate, and then also we are going to read about what do animals eat. And lastly we are going to read about the three different types of animals based on their eating habit, like herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. So let's start children. So I'm just going to read about the paragraphs and I'm going to give you the meaning. So first you can see, what did you eat at home today? You all of you know that what you have eaten today at home. Find out what is your friends ate today. You can also ask your friend in the school that what they have also eaten. Did you eat the same kind of food yesterday and today? That you also take care that you should find it out that whether yesterday's menu and today's menu is different or the same. We all eat different kinds of food at different times, isn't it? Yes, you also know that at home during the breakfast you are taking different types of food, and thereafter in the lunch you are taking different kinds of food, and mainly in the evening you are taking some other kinds of food, and lastly in the dinner you are also taking different kinds of food. So there are great varieties of food that we are used to take, and it also differs from person to person, living in from different region to region. You know that the people, those who are residing in Rajasthan, they have a different food habit, and on the other hand the north part of India, they are in the mountainous region, hilly areas of Kashmir, they are also having a different kind of food habit. And just opposite to that in the south, they are also having some different kinds of food habit, and like that in the east also we are going to find out different food habits. So there are different kinds of food at different times, and also they vary according to region. Okay, here is an activity in the first point, that is food variety. So what is the activity? I am going to read it about. Ask your friends in the school about the items they would be eating during a day. See if you can also get this information from the friends staying in different states of India. List all the items in your notebook as given in the table 1.1 for as many friends as possible. So just now I have just discussed that the kind of food that we are taking, they also vary from one region to another. So based on that you can ask your friends and you can fill up this chart. In activity 1, there seems to be so much variety in the food that we eat. So after just listing out this table, filling up the table, you can find out that there seems to be many varieties of food that we eat. What are these food items made of? Do you know what are they made up of? Think about rice cooked at home. Have you all seen that how the rice is cooked at home? We take raw rice and boil it in water, and just two materials or ingredients are needed to prepare the dish. What are they? They are the water, and also we need the raw rice to prepare boiled rice. So those the materials that are required to prepare a food item, they are known as ingredients. Children, better you just underline. On the other hand, some food items are made with many ingredients. So you have just taken that chili paneer, some of you have taken chili gobi. You know there are different ingredients that you require, and they are very delicious because they are having different kinds of spices. For chili paneer you need paneer, you need bell pepper, you need onion, you need garlic, you need ginger, and so many more items. So many of the foods are made up of different kinds of ingredients. It may be 2 or more than 2, or maybe. Activity 2. So what has been told over here? That choose some of the items you listed in table 1.1. Some of the items you have to choose that you have filled up in table 1.1. And try to find out what ingredients are used to prepare these by discussing with your friends and elder at home. List them in table 1.2. Some examples are given here. Add some more items to the list. So what you have to do? So you have to make a chart like that. You have to make two columns, that is food items and ingredients, such as roti or chapati, out of which it is made up of. It is made up of atta and water. Dal, what are the ingredients that you need? That is, you need pulses, you need water, you need salt, oil, ghee and spice. So what do we find? Do we find some ingredients common for different food items? Discuss in the class. So we have to discuss that among this, all the food which contains different kinds of ingredients, there may be some ingredients which are in common. So what are the common things that we have learned? That for dal and for preparing boiled rice, in both the cases you require water. Okay. And for preparing dal or for preparing any curry, you need salt. Sometimes there are some dishes that in which you have to add sugar in all of the dishes. So many of the ingredients are very much similar. Some may be different. Next, we will read about food materials and their sources. It may be easy for us to guess the sources of some of the ingredients that we listed in table 1.2. Fruits and vegetables, for instance, you know in table 1.2 and 1 that we know fruits are coming from which plants. We also know that which vegetables are coming from which kind of plants. Where do we come from? That is having a common source, that fruits and vegetables are coming from the source that is known as plant. So fruits and vegetables are plant sources. What are the sources of rice or wheat? You may have seen paddy or wheat in the fields with rows and rows of plants which gives us these grains. And then there are food items like meat, like milk, like egg, which comes from animals. So there are mainly two sources. One is plant source and the other one is animal source. Okay. So in the next activity you are going to do that, let us take a food item listed earlier and try to find out whether they come from the ingredients and their sources. Some examples are shown in table 1.3. Fill in the blanks in table 1.3 and add more examples. So in table 1.3, what are there? That it is, first food item is idli. So what are the ingredients? That is rice, urad dal, salt and water. Rice, you know, is a plant source. Urad dal is also a plant source. Salt, where from you are getting salt? You are getting salt from the saline water. So like that you have to complete this chart. Chicken curry, you know, chicken, that is an animal source. Spice, plant source. Oil, ghee, these are also plant source, and water is a non-living source, you know. Next, it is kheer. Kheer, you know, this is made up of the ingredients such as milk, rice and sugar, in which milk is the animal source and rice and sugar are plant source. So what do we conclude from this activity? That is, plants are the sources of food ingredients like grains, cereals, vegetables and fruits. And animals provides us with milk, meat products and egg. Cows, goat and buffaloes are some of the common animals which gives us milk. So these are the sources of milk. From these animals we get milk. Sometimes milk and milk products like butter, cream, cheese and curds are used all over the world. Can you name some other animal source? So if you are having some other animals which gives milk, you can also mention. You know that each and every mammals, you know, better they are called mammals. This sort of animals give birth to the young ones and they feed their children or the kids with their milk. So each and every mammals, like the camels also, you can include camel also over here. They are mammals and they also gives milk. Next, plant parts and animal products as food. So what are the different plants parts that we use as food? And also we are going to read about the animal products which are used as food. Here you can see the different parts of plant. Already you know the different parts of plant. There are mainly two different distinct regions. That some part of the plant lies underground, that is called the root system, and some part of the plant lies above the soil, that is known as the shoot system. The root system contains primary root, secondary root and their branches. On the other hand, you can see that the shoot system contains stem, they contains node, they contains internode, buds, leaf, stem, fruit and flowers. These are the different parts of a plant. Sometimes we know that different parts of this plant, we can take them as food. For example, banana. Banana is a fruit. Sometimes the flower of banana also is edible. We eat the flower of the banana. We sometimes eat the stem of the banana. The leaves of the bananas are used as plates. So plants are one source of our food. Which parts of the plant? We eat many leafy vegetables. We eat fruits of some plants, sometimes roots, sometimes stems and even flowers are used as a source of food. Have you ever eaten pumpkin flowers dipped in rice paste and fried? Yes, I think all of you have taken the tasty pakoris that are made out of pumpkin and they are dipped in rice paste and they are fried and they are really delicious. Some plants have 2 or more edible parts. That is, that in a plant we can eat more than one part. That is, there are more than one edible parts. Seeds of the mustard plants gives us oil and the leaves are used as vegetables. So in case of mustard, we use the seeds to extract oil, that is mustard oil, and when they are young we can also use the leaves as vegetables. Can you think of different parts of banana plant just I talked about? Think of more examples where 2 or more parts of a single plant are used as food. Clear, children? Next, activity 4. From all the food items you have listed in table 1.3, you can choose them whose ingredients are obtained from plants. Which part of the plant? Identify this and list the food items and plants as shown in table 1.4. So you have to list it, all the ingredients, that is whether they are obtained from the plant source or they are having an animal source. Next we'll move on to activity 5, which tells us about take some dry seeds of moong or chana. Put a small quantity of seed in a container filled with water and leaves. Leave this aside for a day. So we will soak the moong or chana seeds and they will keep them for aside for a day or 2. So what will happen in the next day? We will drain out the water completely and leave the seed in the vessel. We will wrap them in a piece of wet cloth and we will set it aside. The following day, do you observe any change in the seed? Yes, we will observe. You can see that was the dry one and the second it is the soaked seed that has been kept in the wet cloths. So some white structures have come out. Can you see? So these seeds are called the sprouts. So a small white structure may grown out of the seed. If so, the seeds have sprouted. The sprouted seeds. If not, wash the seeds in water and drain the water and leave them aside for another day. So if the sprouts are not coming, you should keep them for one more day and thereafter you can see, and we will again cover it with cloths and the next day we will see that seeds are sprouted or not. After washing these sprouted seeds, you can eat them. They can also be boiled. So you can take them raw or you can boil it and also have them. Add some spices, that is you can add some salt, some pepper powder and get a tasty snack to eat. Do you know where honey comes from or how it is produced? Yes, I think all of you know they come from. Have you ever seen a beehive where you may keep the bees and the bees are buzzing? Bees collect the nectar, that is the sweet juice from the flowers. They move from one flower to another flower. They collect the nectar and convert it into honey and store it in their hive. Flowers and their nectars may be available only for a part of the year. So bees store these nectars for the use all throughout the year by converting them into honey. When we find such a beehive, we collect the food stored by the bees as honey. Okay. So next we are moving to the next topic, that is what do animals eat? Do you have cattle or a pet that you take care of? A dog or a cow or a cat or a buffalo at home? So if you're having, you're going to know about that. What are the things they eat? You will then surely be aware of the food the animals eat. What about other animals? Have you ever observed that a squirrel, pigeon, lizard or a small insect may be eating as their food? Yes, you must have seen different animals eating different kinds of food. So activity 6. Several animals are listed in the table 1.5. Some of them, the type of food eat is also given. So here you can see there is a table given that you have to complete, and first 2 examples have been given that how you have to fill it up. That is, first column is the name of the animals, and secondly it is the food the animals eat. Buffalo, what they eat? They eat grass, oil cakes, hay, grains. Cat, what they eat? Does they eat that what like as buffalo? No, they have a different habit. So they eat small animals, birds, milk. Rats, on the other hand, have some other food habits. Lion, like that you have to just complete all the table as you get information about their food habits. Next, activity 7. Have a look again in table 1.5 and group the animals entered here as follows. Place the animals which eat only plants. Plants and the plant product in group 1, these are known as herbivores. There are some animals which eat other animals. We can place them in group 2. What is this group 2 called? They are called carnivores. And the leftover of some of the animals over here, they eat both on plants and animals and their products. So what are they called? They are going to be called as omnivores. We can prepare a table as in table 1.6 like this, and we have to enter this separately in the 3 columns. So that is herbivore, carnivore and omnivore, and list out the other animals from here and fill over this chart. We know that there are many amongst us who do not get sufficient food. We need to find ways by which more food can be produced. That will not be enough. We will need to find ways to ensure this food is made easily and available to one of us. Because without food we are not able to survive. Without food and water it's very difficult for us to survive, and so we should just we should just get any other sources from where the food can be produced. So next we are moving on to the exercise. Do you find that all living beings need the same kind of food? So what will be the answer? No, because different kinds of animals, they feed on different kinds of foods. Like we have grouped just into 3 different groups like herbivores, omnivores and carnivores. Herbivores just eat up the plants, carnivores just eat up the animals, and the omnivores, they are taking both the plants and animals. Next question. Name 5 plants and the parts that we eat. So you will find out in the book that what are the 5 plants that we can eat, the different parts. Some examples have been given that already. Banana, you know mustard, spinach, coriander, pudina, and you can add more. Not only 5, you can add many more. Match the column, that is column A and column B. What is it? Milk, curd, paneer, ghee. What will be the match? Milk, curd, paneer, ghee. These all will be the animal products. Spinach, cauliflower, carrot. What are they? They are all vegetables. Lions and tiger, they eat other animals. Herbivores eat plants and plant products. Okay. So the next is that fill up the blanks with the words given. Tiger is a dash because it eats only meat. So it will be, tell me, yes, carnivore. Deer eats only plant products, and so it is called herbivore. Parrot eats only dash product. What does it eat? Parrots is only plant product. The dash that we drink, which comes from the cows, buffaloes and goats, is an animal product and it is known as milk. We get sugar from sugarcane. Okay children, so this is the end of this chapter. So till now children, this much, and we will move on to the next topic on the next class. Bye bye.